But don't let that keep you from thinking.
That man's here again.
The world's sick, and you're going to be asked to pay the doctor's bills. And if you don't do something about it soon, it'll be the undertaker.
Says you.
Don't believe the lies they hand you here. They're teaching you to crush labor, the proletariat of the world.
Crushed raspberries.
What's a proletariat, Jim?
You got me.
I'll take vanilla.
He's talking for your own good. Why don't you listen to him?
America, the land...
Are you an American?
As good as you are.
Who is he?
Leonard Arner, quite a brilliant graduate student.
Leonard Arner. The Bureau of Immigration might be interested. I'll look him up.
America must take the lead in creating a new world. But first, you've got to tear down the old one.
You can't attack the government on this campus.
I've got a right to speak, and you can't stop me.
I've already refused you permission for this meeting.
Nice work, Deke. Kick him out if he don't like this country. Let him speak. Oh, let him speak. Come on, keep moving.
Ah, you take your hands off.
Take him alone.
Take your hands off me.
Let go of him.
All right, you too, sister. Off the campus, both of you.
Miss Van Allen, will you pose for a picture, please?
Of course.
Thanks. Look in the Express tomorrow.
Come on, get out there. Get out.
Come on, beat it.
Do you realize what you're doing? Every paper in the country will carry this story.
Isn't it marvelous?
What's marvelous about it? The man's a radical.
He's a darling.
But you can't believe in Arner's ideas
Why can't I?
because you're my daughter.
Oh, I'm not going to let that handicap me. You're a dear, but you're old-fashioned. Leonard is ahead of the times. He's brilliant.
I'm beginning to suspect you're in love with him.
Suspect? It's no secret. I am in love with him. I'm going to marry him.
True, I'm part of the system he's fighting. Your mother and I started in an army post, $15 a month. The system hasn't been so bad for us. It's given us this home, your dresses, your car, everything we've got.
I'm afraid you'll never understand.
Your mind is like a sponge soaking up these dangerous ideas, but I'll have no part of them.
I didn't think you would. All I ask of you is to accept Leonard as your son-in-law. Isn't that simple enough?
So simple, it's insane. Ready?
All ready. Where are you going, Aunt Betty?
She's going to Mexico on a little business for me. Suppose we see her off and we can talk things over in a nice, friendly way. I know you're a sensible girl.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Lieutenant. Everything ready?
Yes, sir.
Want to have a look, Drew? This is the last word in speed. Pretty fine, isn't it?
Grand. Wish I were going with you, Aunt Betty. Why don't you? Not this time. I have a dinner engagement. Well, have a nice trip. Goodbye, darling. Let me out!
I'm sending you where you'll keep out of the newspapers and have a chance to come to your senses.
Open the door. What kind of a father are you?
I'm a very smart father, way ahead of the time. Good evening. Waiting for someone?
Drew.
Well, that's too bad, because Drew has just left for Mexico.
Mexico? She invited me here for dinner.
That's strange. She didn't mention it to me. It must have slipped her mind.
What did you do, kidnap her?
You're interested in so many things that are none of your business.
Well, this is definitely my business. I'll hear from her.
But please see to it that she doesn't hear from you. Good night.
You're not fooling me. I know Drew didn't forget because you're having squab for dinner. And she knows I love squab.
So do I. But squab is purely a capitalistic dish.
Aren't the flowers lovely? I'm not interested in flowers. I'll never forgive you and Father for ganging up on me the way you did.
Now, Drew, forget that, young man.
Oh, look at the lovely ring. I'm not interested in anything but that telegraph office.
And I'm tired of coming down to that telegraph office.
Aren't you tired of being a jailer? Pedro, Pedro,
Oh, señorita.
have you any more messages from Mr. Arner?
Sí, señorita.
Why didn't you deliver them?
Been so busy. But he said nothing new. The same he said yesterday. Same the day before that I love you. I cannot live without you. When are you coming home? Why do you stay in that doom? Same old thing.
I love the same old thing.
Makes very good business for us. He wire, come back. Papa wire, you stay. So you stay, huh?
No, I don't stay. You may as well close this place up, Pedro. I'm leaving.
Come, dear, we're going home to dinner.
No, if I go back to that house again, I'll go mad.
But, Drew.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aunt Betty, but I can't stand this place any longer. Now, don't worry about Dad. I'll take the blame. Goodbye.
Drew, come back here.
Señora, si usted quiere,
Now, don't lose your head, Rubio. She'll be back. She can't go far on $5.
Hagan sus apuestas.
$5 on number 9.
Sí, señorita.
You're the man that's going to get me from Juarez to Washington on $5.
Number 10.
No, you're not the man.
It's a swell joint. That's just when they least expect us. Come on. It's okay now. Come on, let's go in here.
Mujeres hermosas.
It's tough about your nose. Oh, my nose bleeds without even being hit. It loves to bleed. This mix didn't pop me so hard at that. That mix didn't pop you at all. That Dave popped you. The one I was on the mate for. Oh, no, ain't that swell. I joined the Army to get in a fight. To wait 3 years just for one battle.
And then a dame stops me in the nose.
Well, that's one thing I can tell my grandchildren I got in the Army.
Oh, you're always squawking about the Army.
No, the Army's okay. But it don't live up to the advertisements. Remember those posters where the guys heaving bombs at each other? Well, that's what I want.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I always figured I'd resign when it came to that.
Hey, give me that.
Hey, we gotta get going. Just got time to cross the border to make the fort.
You're always on the make. First it was the dame, and now you want to make the fort.
Qué bonito es amar, qué bonito es querer, pero más bonito es ser.
He's got a good voice if you don't like music. Hey, let's look in here. Look at that beautiful beard.
Yeah, but you look at my watch.
I can't read watches.
Well, you better learn if you want to stay out of trouble.
Who wants to stay out of trouble? Look at that beard.
Come on, let's get out of this joint. Come on.
Oh, there you go, mothering me again. Listen, Lefty, let's leave our old eyes for a change, huh? Now, you go get yourself a kitten to cuddle, and I'll go get some beer. Look, I'll show you how easy it works. You pretend you're going that way, and I'll pretend I get lost in the crowd.
Pardon me, aren't you, Miss Van Allen?
Why?
No particular reason. It's just my business to remember people, especially if they're thinking about crossing the border. What are you doing in Juarez?
Oh, I'm afraid you have the wrong girl.
I don't think so. I have your picture here.
Wearing it over your heart, I see.
The time you were crashing the newspapers with your childish prattle. You see, I followed your record.
Very colorless.
Yeah, colorless as red.
Oh, am I wanted for anything?
No, I'm only interested in your case account of your father being in the Army.
Now, look here, don't you talk that way about my father. He's a fine man. Joining the Army is the only mistake he ever made.
Well, I hope for your father's sake you're not thinking about crossing into the States. Those Texas reporters would have you on the front page in 5 minutes.
Even if I wanted to get across, I wouldn't know how to go about it. At the moment.
Good. Be seeing you in town then.
Thanks for flashing the full force of your magnetic personality on me.
Oh, that's all right. Just want you to see all the sights worth seeing.
What are you laughing at, Uncle Sam?
The border cop. He sure fell for you. Just like me.
Just like you what?
Oh, I fell for you, too. I cut out your picture and used it for target practice.
Oh, how sweet of you.
I said you ought to be shot.
What a lovely disposition.
Something like yours, Red.
The name is Drew.
That's a good idea. Drew, too, Professor.
Yes, senor.
Sidecar, please.
Make mine the same. So you don't like the Army, huh?
If I'd only seen you first.
Well, tell me just one thing wrong with the Army. Just one thing.
You. Well, here's to your favorite bugle call, Uncle Sam.
And here's to good old Mexico. Before you came.
Oh, I'm leaving Mexico tonight. Wish me luck.
Sure, I'll wish you luck. But I still think you ought to be shot. Say, you got me tight. Any particular reason?
No, I just wanted to get tight myself.
What for?
Because you look so much better when I'm tight.
I wonder if Lefty was right about me in trouble.
Oh, you're not afraid of trouble.
Not me. But I like the kind that wears pants. So I'll just amble over to the fort and surround myself with it.
Now, wait a second. I'm afraid we owe a pretty big check here. Have you any money?
Money? Would they take 40 cents in a pawn ticket?
No, I don't think so. I haven't a penny.
Gold diggers always disappoint me.
Not half as much as you disappoint them.
Listen, you wander over in the general direction of the ladies' entrance. I'll square things.
Good luck.
Anything wrong, senor? The little girl got kind of dizzy. Say, there anything the matter with this wine, is there?
My wine? Oh, no, senor.
Well, there better not be with the prices you get. She's got me a little upset, too. She's been having a kind of a tough time lately. Lost her mother yesterday.
Mother?
Yeah, it's tough losing your mother. I'll tell you what. Pour me out a slug of whiskey. That'll pull her out of it.
Whiskey, eh? It's all right. Whiskey.
Well, it's plenty good.
Whiskey?
Just keep the wine cool until I get back.
Ese hombre es un bribón. ¡Estúpido! Y hasta ahorita se te ocurre. ¡Ese hombre me ha robado! ¡Está conmigo!
Get out of here, Red, or I'll stop.
You can't stop. You've stolen the government car.
What? Well, this is a fine time to tell me.
Crazy fool come. It's Beale's car. Somebody's chasing him.
Oh, look! And the gun!
Put that down.
Oh, I wouldn't think of shooting you unless you tried to stop.
This is the border, and I'm stopping right here.
That ain't the chief.
That's the Van Allen girl and soldier. Phone ahead and close all the roads out of El Paso. All right, boys. Come on, let's go.
Step on it. They're gaining on us.
My foot's resting on the floorboard now.
Red, you all right?
I'm at least alive.
I was afraid of that.
Your nose is bleeding.
Thanks for telling me. In the old days, when a soldier was wounded, women tore up their petticoats for bandages.
Sorry, I haven't a petticoat.
I wouldn't take it if you had one.
Of course, in the old days, a woman got excited about soldiers.
Yeah, and a soldier got excited about petticoats. Well, I'm leaving you, Red. It breaks my heart, but it may save my neck.
Isn't there any chance to fix the car?
Sure. A little string and some glue, you can make it run.
But I have to get to Washington.
Oh, what do you want in Washington?
A man.
Oh, so that's why I'm in this mess. Because you want a man.
But I'm in love with him.
Well, that fixes everything. Nice guy, I suppose.
Perfect.
Something like me?
Just the opposite. Small mouth. No brass buttons. Intelligent. A dreamer. He dreams about such big things.
Yeah, I dream about big things, too. Last night it was an elephant. Well, so long, Red. You better take this. Just keep on this road straight ahead. About 2,000 miles, you'll be in Washington. You better take these, too. You can see the Capitol Dome from here on a clear day.
So long, Uncle Sam. I'll drop you a postcard from Washington if you'll give me your address. Shanghai?
What do you mean, Shanghai?
Oh, nothing. Only I wouldn't stop this side of Shanghai if I were you. Because by now they'll want you for desertion from the army.
Desertion?
As smart as you are, hadn't you figured that out? Now, let me see. Shanghai is about, 6,000 miles to your left as the crow flies. That is, if you happen to have a crow. Here, try these for distance.
I'd like to try you for distance.
You tried me for trouble.
And I got it.
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't be caught sitting here with a government car in my lap. You better keep moving. Coming my way?
The one way I shouldn't go.
The one way you shouldn't go is back. Unless you like court-martial.
Well, Lefty was right.
Quaint little hotel, isn't it? I hope they receive the wire for our reservations. Oh, what charming wallpaper. Oh, clerk. By the way, please call us early because we're expecting some government officials we don't care to meet.
Well, Red, I hope you have a pleasant weekend.
Aren't you staying?
No. And this time I'm really shoving off. So long. And I won't be seeing you.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, how can you tell?
You weren't afraid of that coyote, were you?
Listen, I got as much right in this hotel as you have.
Sure, that's my theory. It isn't a free country, but it ought to be. Of course, if you're really scared, the clerk will be only too glad to hold your hand. Maybe you better take this.
Thanks.
you hear a shot in the night, don't jump. Because you won't be able to.
Bruni, get a move on. Throw those suitcases in there and let's get moving. Oh, you fuss and fuss.
Oh, I'm hungry, Edith.
You were hungry the first time I met you in France.
I ain't as hungry now as I was then. You haven't helped my appetite any.
Cups. Now what have you done?
We're looking for a soldier and a young girl.
I was a soldier, but she was never a young girl.
This soldier's wanted for stealing a government car. He smashed it up in your pasture last night. Keep your eyes peeled for him, will you?
We'll be glad to do it. If it's in skirts, his eyes won't need any peeling.
All right, let's go.
Get that door locked. A soldier and a young girl. Same old thing. Put that key where you won't lose it. A soldier and a young girl. I saw plenty of that overseas.
Yeah, me too.
What do you mean by you two?
Well, you know how we happened to get married.
Why, if I had time, I'd ring
Hold
your...
for breath, madam.
Here they are! Here!
I hope I'm not interrupting your honeymoon, but I've got to borrow your outfit and your husband.
Rooney ain't going any place without me.
Don't let her sell you anything.
Can you take orders?
Well, I've had enough practice.
Do you know what this is? It's kidnapping.
Now you want it for kidnapping, Uncle Sam.
Get that motor started.
Rooney, if you don't get out of that car, I'll always think you went of your own free will.
Don't you think we better get started?
Let her go.
Rooney!
Looks like we're running into rough weather.
One good thing about these ocean liners, they don't vibrate.
What's your pleasure, folk?
Head west.
Go east, Washington, D.C.
No, you gave me an idea last night. Shanghai. That's by way of California.
Don't pay any attention to him. I'm going to Washington.
Well, here's the crossroads. You better make up your mind.
Turn east, Mr. Rooney.
West.
Something tells me you're right.
I'm leaving at the first town.
I'll tell you a good way to get to Washington.
How?
Swim.
I'm beginning to hate you.
Oh, gee, that's terrible. I think I'll kill myself.
Why only think about it?
Please put that gun away, soldier. I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I haven't had so much fun since the war.
That's what I've been looking for. A real good war.
Oh, it was wonderful.
What was wonderful about it?
Well, there was a little place back of the lines called Marie's, a sort of saloon. Big barrels of wine, and Marie. She was big, too. Oh, it was wonderful.
Is that the only action you saw?
Well, yeah, until the night of the armistice. We were all over at Marie's again, celebrating, and her husband came home. Somehow I got shot. That's how I met Edith, my wife. See, she was a nurse, and she nursed me back to life. That's where I made my big mistake. Oh, if I just don't have to go home anymore. I don't ask any more of life.
Is that all?
Well, that and a couple of eggs. I'm starved.
You and me both. What's on the menu? 6 eggs. That's 2 for Rooney, 2 for me, and 2 left over.
Do you mind if I have the leftovers?
We'll see how well you boil the eggs first. Come on, get busy.
Are you giving me orders, Uncle Sam?
Certainly. It's about time you found out who's boss around here.
I don't admit bosses exist. I have very definite ideas on the subject.
You've got too many ideas, and none of them are any good. And if I wasn't such a strong character, you'd have me nuts. I'm going to straighten you out. You've been giving orders all your life. Now it's about time you found out how to take them yourself. Go on, get busy. I'm starving by inches.
That's too slow to suit me.
Very funny. Now boil the eggs.
You can't win, soldier. I speak from the heart.
Looks like you struck land.
Well, anyway, I missed that tree.
You certainly picked out a nice place. Suppose you got copper and oil in those hills.
Now that I got it, how do I get out?
Push.
What do you mean, push?
You and that big, strong soldier get back there and push, and I'll drive.
Can you drive?
Looks like I'm the only one here that can.
Give me the gas, Red! Hey! Hey, come back here with that car!
Told you couldn't win, soldier.
Did you ever see a guy that let a dame make a sucker out of him?
You're looking at one.
I'm getting sick of this merry-go-round. I think I'll turn myself in. Where's the nearest army post?
My house. Oh, I wish I had my trailer back.
What are you worried about? You can always go home.
That's what I'm worried about.
Look, do my eyes deceive me?
Yeah, no.
Pardon me, miss. I'm a stranger here. I don't see the White House. Could this be Washington? Why didn't you keep going?
Oh, I felt sorry for you fellows back there in the hot road. Hungry and tired.
What's the matter? You sick?
Why?
You're getting human.
I try to suppress it, but it comes out once in a while.
You'll have me apologizing in a minute.
Hey, we got a flat tire.
Nice going, Red.
I have nothing to say to the newspapers. Get me Colonel Wiggins at Fort Bliss. Print anything you like.
Pardon me, sir.
On second thought, I have something to say. Stop printing stories about my daughter.
Sir, there's a...
I want the chief of police at El Paso. Colonel Wiggins? Any news of my daughter and that enlisted man?
Not yet, sir. But we have the military police after them.
This is terrible. My daughter mixed up with an enlisted man. When they're found, notify me immediately. But just a minute, Chief. I want the head of the Border Patrol in El Paso. Chief, this is General Van Allen speaking. Are your men taking part in the hunt for my daughter and that enlisted man?
We are, General. We're broadcasting their description, and we've assigned 2 motorcycles to keep after them.
Thank you, Chief.
Pardon me, sir. Mr. Farrow.
Border Patrol? General Van Allen speaking. Any news?
Not yet, sir. But Inspector Beale has orders to stay out till he gets results.
Good. Notify the military police when they're found. I'll phone again in an hour.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes? I have nothing to say to the newspapers. Stop calling. My phones are very busy.
Mr. Farrell is here, sir.
Who?
Mr. Farrell from the Washington Daily News.
Tell him to walk down to the lake and jump in.
Yes, sir.
I just got in by plane from Mexico. Have you heard about Drew?
Oh.
Mr. Beale, I don't want Rooney. I just want his throat to put my fingers around.
I'll be glad to help you.
I always take care of Rooney myself.
How home-like the old place is getting. I think I'll renew the lease.
Please, don't go domestic on me.
I suppose when they change the world your way, there won't be anything domestic.
Why argue? You're just not in sympathy with modern ideas.
They have my sympathy. Now, suppose a young couple gets married.
It happens every day.
Okay, and they have a little scrap, like all married couples do.
Like all married couples, the do is unnecessary.
Yeah, like your crazy ideas. So instead of making up before breakfast, they go out and buy a divorce for 50 cents.
That's freedom.
Well, then I'll take slavery.
That's what you've got, only you don't know it.
You'll never make me believe that. So the argument's over.
Over your head.
Fill her up.
What's the matter now?
Look.
No, eat it.
Why they grin?
Is my geography wrong, or are we going east?
Kissing her now. Wonder who's teaching her how. I wonder who's looking into her eyes, breathing sighs, telling lies. I wonder who's buying the wine, or lips that I used to call mine. I wonder if she ever tells him of me. I wonder who's kissing her now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program for an important news flash. The trailer in which Drew Van Allen and the soldier are making their escape is gray, the crude, homemade type. El Paso police are cooperating with the Border Patrol.
Give the horses a whip, Rudy. We're in a hurry.
I should hope so.
Did a gray car and a trailer pass here?
Yeah, they stopped for gas.
Which way did they go?
North on Road 9.
Thanks. Where's your phone?
Right inside.
Fill her up.
Okay. Boy, regular cyclone weather.
I'm just in the mood for a good cyclone.
Hello. Chief? That trailer's headed north on Road 9.
I'll send 2 motorcycle men from Claremont to head them off. And don't come in without them. Washington's on my neck.
Okay, Chief.
Now we got Washington on our neck.
And wind in our face.
Rudy, they're right on top of us. Won't go any faster. Really can't go this fast.
Any life preservers around in case we sink?
Here come the motor cops. Turn to the left.
I don't see no road. Turn anyhow.
Trailer?
No, hasn't passed us.
They couldn't have gone far. I was right behind them a minute ago.
Now Rooney's lost in the storm.
What do you think we are?
Must be the end of the world. Some guy in Kansas said it was coming. Oh, you only meant Kansas. Hey, there's a speck of road in sight. I'm driving by instinct.
That's fine. It's the best driving you've done so far.
Let me drive, Rooney. You come inside. Better not, soldier. Nobody understands this car like I do. Well, then stop it and come inside.
must have been something like this.
So they tell me.
Just what we need, a little fresh air.
You're pretty good, Rooney.
Yeah.
You made a convertible trailer.
I ran out of nails. Maybe that guy in Kansas was right. Remember, they laughed at Edison, too.
Dust, wind, rain, and cops. No husband's worth it.
You better get in before you get soaked.
Rudy's the one who gets soaked.
It'll be easy to catch him in this storm.
I don't care how you catch him, just catch him.
Edith put this stuff in here, said it might rain.
Daggett, you're the girl on this picnic.
No, thanks. I wouldn't want your uniform to get wet.
There must be gentleman blood in me somewhere.
I think she's stopping.
Well, let's scout around. If old Sherlock Holmes isn't in sight, we can start traveling. Come on.
No, thanks. You brave men do the scouting.
Come on.
I said no, thanks.
Whenever you're ready, Rooney.
Hey, look. Look.
Come on, outside, quick.
I said no, thanks.
Will you stop being bullheaded?
I don't want to go out. I don't want to get out. You must die awfully sudden. Like that.
Like that. I'm sorry about your car and your trailer, Rooney.
Oh, everything's dandy. It's insured for $100 more than it's worth.
You certainly know how to drag people out of places.
Take that walk now. Cold?
No, I've warmed up quite a bit. Hadn't you noticed?
I noticed one thing. You're both pretty tired.
What makes you think so?
You haven't called each other names for a half hour. You must be worn out.
I don't know where this leads to. Let's try it.
Looks like we may have to sleep out tonight.
Insurance is wonderful. Easiest 100 I ever made. Hey, look. Pine Tree Inn. Say, with my insurance money, maybe I could buy a place like this.
Closed for the season. This is just the hotel we've been looking for. The bed. Now what?
Now you'll be wanted for burglary.
If you folks want to get in, the front door's open, but we're closed for the season.
Our car went on strike.
Are you the proprietor? Me? No. I'm just Baldy Waters, the caretaker. Colonel Turner of El Paso owns this place.
Oh, yes, we know that. Isn't Baldy exactly like Colonel Turner described him?
Huh?
Even down to the last little curl.
Did Colonel Turner describe me to you?
Say, did he? Why, Baldy, I never saw a man resemble himself so much as you do.
They've always said I look more like my uncle.
Oh, speaking of uncles, Baldy, I want you to meet my Uncle Sam.
Glad to meet you. Only I wouldn't have taken you for her uncle.
Neither would I, but there was no other way. You see, Baldy, Uncle Sam is in Colonel Turner's division in the Army.
Didn't Colonel write you that we were coming?
I haven't been to the post office.
Is that your car?
It will be a week from next Thursday when I make the last payment.
Well, Baldy, let's go inside and make ourselves comfortable, huh?
Oh, this is wonderful. It's just like Marie's, except...
I know, you missed the wine, but Baldy will fix that. Now, Baldy, the Colonel said not to give us any of that blended stuff you serve the customers. There's something special in his private stock he wanted us to try. What was that?
All I can think of is a sidecar.
You thought of a sidecar in Mexico. Let Baldy do the thinking.
I'll bet it was that 40-year-old Sherry.
Sherry, that's it. Boy, I never saw a man with a memory like yours. Bring it in, Baldy, but only a few bottles at first. We may not like it.
Will you want dinner?
Dinner, lunch, supper, and breakfast. That's how far we are behind.
Well, we ain't got much in the house to eat. Someone better go to the store. We trade at the Red Star Grocery at the foot of the hill.
Fine. While you get the wine, my man Rooney here can slip down and get some things. I suppose you have a charge account?
Oh, yes, sir. In season, Colonel Turner buys a lot of stuff.
Good. Bring in the glasses, will you, Baldy?
Yes,
the
sir.
large ones.
Yes.
Listen, Rooney, I don't care what you get as long as you get enough. Steaks, chickens, anything you see. And charge it to Colonel Turner.
I bet Colonel Turner thinks a lot of you.
He'll think plenty.
You're not really her uncle, though, are you?
No.
1,000 times no.
I didn't think you were. That's the way we used to do it over in the war. Boy, I had nieces, French and Spanish. It was wonderful. I wish somebody'd start another war.
We're working on that. Well, this looks familiar. Let's see, it was just about a week ago. The Colonel and I split a bottle of this in the rifle range. Remember?
I remember you split something, but I thought it was your nose.
I always get the news at 9 o'clock.
More news concerning the missing trailer. The United States Border Patrol continues their search.
There, that's much better. I always like music with my wine, Baldy. I hope you don't mind.
But I do. I want to hear the news.
Why?
Sounds like the Border Patrol is after somebody. I pick up a lot of money that way.
What way?
Reward. I give them tips on smugglers and things. The last time I helped them catch a fella, they gave me 4 bits.
You mean the Border Patrolmen come here?
Sure, they're dropping here all the time.
How interesting. You know what you think?
Too fascinating. I've always wanted to meet a Border Patrolman.
I can fix that.
Oh, some other time. This is going to be such a short visit. I hope.
Say, Baldy, where does this patio lead to?
The room's open off of it, sir.
Any way out of it?
Only the front door here and the back door off the kitchen.
Oh, I always look a new place over this way. Can't tell when a burglar might lift your roll.
I told you not to carry so much cash.
Oh, we haven't had a burglar up here in 20 years.
Well, we're nervous just the same. We have a feeling we're being followed.
Listen, Baldy, when you get some more wine, bolt the kitchen door, huh? And you better fix us up some room.
Yes, sir. The rooms are off the balcony. When do you want the wine?
About 3 minutes ago. A nice little hideout.
Too bad you have to enjoy it alone.
What do you mean?
I have to get to Washington by May the 1st.
What is it, your birthday?
Bigger than that. It's May Day, and Leonard's going to make the speech of his life.
May Day? That's the day you dreamers drive the cops screwy. They had one of those meetings in El Paso last year.
Were you in the audience?
I was all over the audience. They called us out to stop a riot. You never saw so many ambulances in your life. You better stay away from that speech, Red.
Thanks for the warning, but I'm going regardless.
Oh, I might as well argue with one of these chairs. I get better results.
Don't lock the door. I told you I was leaving.
How you leaving?
In Baldy's car. I'll send him a check from Washington.
You'll get caught. You know that, don't you, Red?
I don't care if I reach Washington first.
You mean that dreamer of yours?
Yeah.
You and your young love.
He and I have more than that. We have a purpose in common. The world is changing, Uncle Sam, and we're all playing a part in it, even you.
Not me. This world changes over my dead body.
But that's what I'm afraid of. You'll be caught, convicted, maybe shot, and you won't appreciate why.
I'll appreciate why, all right. I won't forget you and that date in Washington. You know what I ought to do to you for getting me in this mess?
What?
Punch you right in the nose.
I can see how you might feel that way with your limited mentality.
My mentality's okay. But look for moth holes in yours. See that fire and that wine? Isn't that perfect? But you want to change that. I bet you've even got ideas on how to improve heaven. Listen to that music. Know how to dance?
Sure, why not?
Say, you know your way around. You're not so mental at that.
You aren't mental at all when you're dancing.
I bet that guy in Washington never danced like this.
You don't dance as badly as I thought you would.
What made you think I would?
Soldiers always parade around so much their feet flatten out.
We had a guy in the company once that was a toe dancer.
Not you.
No. Dancing is a very personal matter with me. I don't like an audience around.
I've had enough.
Wait a minute, I haven't started to get personal yet.
I'm not waiting.
You don't want experience, you just want to read about it. So you didn't like my dancing?
It was more than I expected from a soldier.
You'd better expect anything from a soldier, because that's what you're going to get. I didn't expect a heavy thinker like you to go emotional on me.
Didn't you?
No. You're not kidding me. You're not as red as you make out. You've just been shooting off your face to those long hairs because you haven't found out yet what you want. You're not such a heavy thinker. You know how I know?
How?
Because a thinker's a dodo on the dance floor. And you aren't a dodo on the dance floor. You remind me of a girl back home that wanted to be governor. She went nuts making a speech one day, and a cop arrested her. She compromised by marrying the cop.
So all I need is a cop.
Or a soldier.
I told you I'm in love and that I'm going on to Washington.
Why haven't you gone then?
Circumstances interfered for the moment.
I'll tell you all about that moment. It happened when we were dancing.
Really? You told me yourself Washington is 2,000 miles away.
Listen, Red. How far away does it seem right now?
10,000 miles.
Sure it does. Just as Shanghai seems 4 times around the world since I met you.
Things always seem further away in the moonlight.
They'll seem just as far to me in the sunlight. And they will to you, too, if you let them. You're not in love with that dreamer.
I'm engaged to marry him.
Who cares?
And I belong to him.
You belong to me. Because I love you.
I thought you hated me.
I did, but I don't now. I'm crazy about you. You are about me, too. Why don't you come out with it like I have? Why don't you admit it?
I'm not able to admit it now. Not even if I wanted to. Wait. Wait until tomorrow.
Sure. I'll look even better to you tomorrow. Good night.
Uncle Sam.
I knew they were phonies when they said the soldier was in Colonel Turner's division. Colonel Turner ain't in the Army. They just call him Colonel because he makes the best beer in El Paso. That's why I phoned you.
Thanks for coming down. It saves us the trouble of going up after you.
So it had to be Washington, huh? Okay, sister.
You're under arrest.
You can't arrest them unless you arrest me. I'm an accessory.
I'll say you are. A bicycle pump.
You haven't done anything. We don't want you. She'll take you. We still don't want you.
I'll take you. I told the folks we'd be in Wilkes-Barre by Friday. Come on.
Let's get going.
Now, I suppose you're satisfied. You'll get your young love.
I couldn't help it. I had to make a choice.
You didn't make a choice. You made a mistake.
Because I didn't choose you?
When you wrote me off the books on that mirror, you fumbled a big bet.
You think well of yourself, don't you?
It isn't just losing to the other guy. That isn't what hurts. I hate to see that dreamer make a monkey out of you. You're headed in the wrong direction. I thought I had you turned around.
You tried, Uncle Sam.
Yes. You know how far I would have gone? I'd have even married you to save you. That's how close I came to making a sucker out of myself.
Oh, willing to make a big sacrifice.
Imagine being tied to you for the rest of my life. You don't know your own mind.
I told you I was in love with another man.
So that kiss was just goodbye, huh?
I thought it was a lovely moment.
Lovely, my eye. I've had a million moments better than that.
Oh, you have.
And I'll have a million more. But you won't. You won't get over me as quick as you think.
You're making it awfully easy.
And I'll make it a lot easier. When you're turning the world upside down looking for me, just remember this. You can't get me. I wouldn't take you with 100 extra coupons.
In here, Miss Van Allen.
It's all the same to you, all right in the back. I could kiss the guy that invented rumble seats.
Sitting in the jailhouse with my face against the wall, and a red-headed woman was the cause of it all. Oh, tell me how long must I wait?
Say, is that on the level or is it just a song?
Brother, that's been my life ever since I wore long pants.
Sometimes I wish I was a boy again. This baby wasn't so smart. Picked a general's daughter.
Hello, General. Hello, Martin. I dropped in to thank you for placing Drew in my personal custody.
Well, I figured she'd be better off with you than under arrest. After all, the charges aren't very serious.
Well, maybe not. But this is. I just found it out. They're shouting those headlines from the street. Had you heard?
No. Sorry about this, General.
I'm frantic. Here's a new wrinkle to iron out.
And a tough one if she loves him.
I was on my way home to have it out with her, but I wanted to see you first. Just what do you know about Arner?
Well, confidentially, he's not a citizen. He arrived in this country 8 months ago with a 1-year's visa. He's in here on a student permit, but I've more than a suspicion he's a paid propagandist.
Couldn't something be done to get him out of the country?
His visa has 4 months to run.
In the meantime, he's at liberty to undermine the government, pervert the minds of the younger generation, and even preach revolution.
But you're forgetting, General, that some very wise Americans once preached revolution. A vastly different sort, I grant you, but Washington and Patrick Henry left us the sacred right of free speech.
And fellows like this abuse it.
That's quite true, but we can't touch him for it. We must wait to pin something definite on him, such as inciting to riot, or responsibility for an act of violence. Then we can deport them at once.
It wouldn't do much good to ask him to start a riot. Personally, I think if he saw a riot coming, he'd run. Well, thanks very much, Martin.
I hope you can do something about it, General.
Don't worry, I'll do something about it right now.
Good.
Where's Miss Drew?
In the library, sir.
Hello, darling. Did the Army give you the afternoon off?
I took the afternoon off just so we could talk things over.
Fine. I've been expecting you home any minute to tell me you didn't mean the things you said about Leonard. And here you are.
So that's what you've been expecting?
Of course. You're smart and you're fair. You know I'm in love with Leonard, You know I won't remain in your custody forever. And besides, you're too nice a man to embarrass me. Oh, listen, Dad. You're busy all day regulating other people's lives. It's only natural you bring it home with you. I don't resent it.
That makes me very happy.
I knew it would. We understand each other perfectly. I've even forgiven you the nasty name you called Leonard this morning.
Thank you.
Oh, let's forget about it. What's in the paper?
Nothing important.
Oh, I didn't think they'd run it so soon. Isn't this important?
It would be if it were true.
But it is true. Now, don't be difficult.
Difficult? I'm your father.
Poor Dad.
I've something to say about this and plenty to say about Leonard Arner. I found out a few things about that young man.
I don't want to hear them.
But you've got to listen.
Oh, Dad, don't force me to walk out on you. I'm too fond of you, but you can't expect me to listen. You wouldn't like me if I did. Suppose Mother had listened to what people had to say about you before she married you.
No one had anything to say.
That's what you think. Maybe Mother wouldn't let them say it.
If there's a person in this world as stubborn as you, Drew, I've never seen him.
Except when you shave. Oh, don't go, Dad. By the way, whatever happened to Uncle Sam?
Who?
The enlisted man, you know.
Oh, yes. He's still in military prison. Why?
Nothing. Let him stay there.
That's exactly what I intend to do.
Can't you get him out?
You just said you want him kept in.
I do. If I never see him again, it'll be too soon.
Then why do you ask?
Oh, I thought you might be interested. Regardless of what I think of him, he's a good soldier. Be a good man for you in case of a war.
I'll remember that, in case of a war.
In the meantime, I don't think it's quite fair that I should go free and he should remain in jail.
But why this sudden interest in this enlisted man?
Weren't you an enlisted man once?
Then you are interested in him.
Me? Why should I be?
I don't know. Maybe he can tell me.
Mr. Honored to see you, miss.
I'll give Leonard your love, Dad.
Get me the military prison.
And the general's daughter was the cause of it all.
Very funny, but I don't like singing.
Oh, no? Well, why don't you move out?
Yeah. I joined the army to fight. It looks like this is going to be my first one. Mind this. Hey, hold it. Lefty! Where'd you come from? A crack in the wall?
I was set up to take you back to Fort Bliss when they get done with you.
Can we go right now?
No, but it sure is a swell break for me. You stay here for a couple of days, so I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah? Go ahead and you'll be right in here with me.
I told you to stay out of trouble. Open it up, will you? And I got a little more for you. The general wants to see you.
Tell him I'm not in.
Are you going to walk or be dragged?
As long as you put it that way.
And the general's daughter was the cause of it all.
Everything's different with you back, darling. You know, I thought of nothing but my speech for weeks. Now I think of nothing but you. That fireplace, this music, it's perfect.
Just like Marie's.
What's that?
Oh, it's a line from an old song.
When you're about to be married, it's a good idea to forget old songs.
I have. Completely.
I didn't think you could swing your father into line.
Oh, I was sure I could. But now there's only one thing I want to be sure of.
What?
That you really love me.
Oh. Well, test me.
Let me think. Suppose I were to ask you not to make your speech today.
Oh. But you wouldn't ask me that. Why, half the college will be there to hear me. And tomorrow, every student newspaper in the country will publish my speech word for word. You weren't serious.
No. A little jealous, I guess, because you've been able to think of something else beside me. Silly, isn't it?
No, not silly, considering the fact that you haven't thought about anything but me.
I didn't say that.
You didn't need to.
I'll tell the gentleman you're here.
Nice joint. I don't like the decorations. Oh, but there's a very pretty picture.
What are you doing here?
I came to trim the sunflowers.
Did Dad send for you?
Ask him.
I will when I get back.
I suppose you're Uncle Sam.
Hello, Nightmare.
What?
I know who you are. You're the guy she thinks she's in love with. But I'm the guy she really loves but can't get.
It's just his natural modesty.
I notice he's blushing. His face seems a little red.
Red's one color I can't go for.
If I could spend some time with you, I'd change your mind, but I have to make a speech. Sorry you can't go along.
If I wasn't under arrest and could locate a couple of old eggs, I'd come along.
I'll mail you a copy of the speech. Can you read?
No, my nurse dropped my glasses when I was a baby.
And that wasn't long ago. Come on, Leonard.
Don't let that go to your head, buddy. She kissed me, too.
Sir, Private Michael Jones reporting with a prisoner.
Come in here. These charges against you are very serious.
Yes, sir.
Making off with one government car.
Yes, sir.
Totally destroying said car.
Yes, sir.
Absent without leave in violation of the 33rd Article of War.
Yes, sir.
Taking forcible possession of a trailer belonging to one P.J. Rooney.
Yes, sir.
Rooney refuses to bring charges. You realize you're a disgrace to the uniform?
Yes, sir.
Formerly employed in Father's lumber business in Amarillo, Texas. Why didn't you stay there?
The lumber business is very dull, sir.
Well, you thought you'd find excitement in the Army.
I did, sir.
I wasn't aware we were at war. What kind of excitement did you find? Well?
The general has me in a spot, sir.
Have you seen this?
Am I charged with that, too, sir?
Well, it's somebody's fault.
Yes, sir.
Stop saying yes, sir. I want this to be an informal discussion. Forget that you're an enlisted man and I'm an officer.
Yes, okay.
Have a drink?
You bet.
Water?
Water's all I ever drink.
While we're on the subject of lying, why did you take all the blame for bringing my daughter across the border? Covering up for her, were you?
Why should I?
That's what I want to know. Why did you kiss her?
She kissed me.
But why?
Well,
I see. You had no defense, is that it?
At the time, I didn't want any.
What changed your mind?
Any girl that would consider marrying this...
I know, he's no good.
Why don't they run that guy out of the country?
Another drink?
This stuff goes to my head. I won't be responsible for what I do or say.
Say what you think, but tell the truth. Why does my daughter want to marry him?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Because she wasn't brought up right.
What?
She should have had some sense spanked into her.
Look here, my boy. I've been a busy man. I couldn't have held down my job and spent half my time spanking my daughter.
I'll admit she'd have been a life's work.
She still is, for someone. And she's worth it. Don't you think?
No.
You did?
But I don't now. If I never see her again, it'll be too soon. I don't care what she does or what happens to her.
That's enough. Attention?
Well, I'm coming to attention, sir, but any father let his daughter go to that wild-eyed meeting without protection...
You're right. As you were. I shouldn't have let her go.
Not that it makes any difference to me.
Oh, I realize that. But it does to me. I'm her father. And in my position, I can't possibly go down there.
You're not asking me to.
Only as a favor to me.
Well, I wouldn't want her to think...
With Arna around, she won't even see you.
Oh, is that so?
Now, wait a minute. Understand, no old eggs, no trouble.
Oh, no, sir. I joined the Army to avoid trouble. If there's anything I hate, it's a fight.
All right, and report back to me.
Yes, sir.
Another drink before you go?
No, thank you, sir. That last one got me.
Get me Martin of the Immigration Department.
Well.
Rooney, where did you come from?
Right out of that new trailer over there. That's a present from the insurance company.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It sure is. Where's your wife?
Oh, I ditched her in Wilkes-Barre. I came right over so we could all be together. I'm holding out for alimony. Hey, where's Uncle Sam?
I've no idea, no interest.
And now, it is my privilege to introduce to you our distinguished and brilliant leader, Comrade Leonard Anna. Comrades, I salute you on May Day, a day consecrated to the fight against world tyranny. The university would not allow us to air our views on the campus, but they cannot stop us here. This is a public park. Students everywhere are gathering their forces today to save a dying world. As students of a great college, you are responsible for the leadership of tomorrow. The wrong people are sitting in the driver's seats today. They're driving us to destruction. It's up to you to take the lead, destroy the old order, and create the new. Militarism must be stamped out. To you young men, I say, don't let anyone ever put a soldier suit on you. I see we have 2 soldiers seated in the audience.
There's Uncle Sam now. I knew he wouldn't be far away if you were here.
Who let you in? Sit down, soldier. Now, if the soldier will kindly sit down, I will continue. Or perhaps he would like to say something to us. Maybe he would like to come up on the platform and tell us why he donned that uniform and why he sells his body and soul for $30 a month.
Yeah, how about it, soldier? What have you got to say, General? I'd be delighted to say a few words to the comrades.
The platform is yours.
Hey, you're not really going up there.
Sure I am. These the boys and girls don't play with their dolls and trains while I'm talking.
What's he gonna do up there?
Make a fool of himself.
I wouldn't be surprised. Soldier ain't supposed to talk, just fight.
Last speaker called you comrades. So I'd like to call you comrades, too. Don't mind, do you?
I'll say we do. Oh, you're no comrade of ours.
No. Wait a minute. You got me wrong.
Get him out of here.
Let him talk. Maybe he's right. I want to be a comrade. I don't mind telling you that I've had my eyes open here today. I'm beginning to think that maybe you folks are right.
What's he driving at?
He doesn't know.
It didn't dawn on me until just a couple of minutes ago. And maybe I was all wet wearing this uniform.
Now you're talking, soldier.
But I'm willing to learn. Sure, I work for $30 a month. Maybe I am a sucker. I was offered a job once at $30 a week, selling vacuum cleaners. I was offered another job in a law office with a chance to study law. But what did I do? I joined the Army.
So what?
What's wrong with it? Just because I happen to be full of that stuff they call, Americanism. But I couldn't help it because I was patriotic, could I?
That's better.
Ever since I was a little kid that high, I've been nuts about the Star-Spangled Banner.
But you don't even know it.
I can even sing the second verse on the level. And every time I see the stars and stripes waving in the breeze, I tingle all over. And the Army's just full of guys like me. Fellas from the South, guys from the Middle West, Yankees from up north. And some of them, I know you won't believe this, but it's the truth. Some of them would stick in the Army even if they got no pay at all. Of course, they haven't heard your side of the argument. They think it's something to be proud of, being an American soldier. They took the job to protect you and your country in case of trouble. And there isn't a one of them that wouldn't come through for you. Can you imagine such guys? It's too bad you folks can't get a hold of the Army and talk to those mugs. Might straighten everything out, the way I've been straightened out. Of course, today isn't the first time I've heard about this Students' League and how you're trying to save the world. I've been hearing about it for 3 days. But it wasn't until here today that I really understood what it was all about. The party that explained it to me was a little dumb and kind of skipped over the main point. But I get it now. You want to change everything and haul down the flag. Okay, I'm with you. But let's not wait. Let's do it today. You run Old Glory up to the top of that pole, and I'll tear it down with my own hands. Will that satisfy you?
Over my dead body. Get out off that platform. You're a disgrace to the uniform. What kind of a soldier are you? We're not here to give an exhibition of tearing down a flag.
No, then what are you here for? Do any of you know?
We're not here to see a soldier make a fool of himself.
Don't worry about me, Pony. This soldier knows what he's doing.
Try tearing that flag down. We'll show you.
Looks like trouble.
Well, it's okay with me.
If he ain't careful, he'll get his ears knocked off.
I don't care.
What's that?
I said I don't care.
So the uniform looks a little better to you now, doesn't it? The idea of a soldier tearing down the flag doesn't sit so well in the stomach, does it?
Well, let him talk. He's right.
Well, then why don't you stop kidding yourselves? You're all real Americans under the skin, only you don't know it. And as for yours truly, let me show you something I had tattooed on my arm when I joined the Army. Had it made a lot bigger, but the guy ran out of ink.
Nice going, soldier. You're all right, buddy. You'll take your seat now. I'll continue with the meeting.
I thought you said it was all right for me to talk. I ain't half finished yet.
Take him off the platform.
Uh-oh, it's a brawl.
Come on, buddy. Throw him off. Let me at that guy. Let him have it. Pipe down.
Look out, Uncle Sam! Billy, do something!
I thought you said you didn't care.
Didn't care to have him hurt.
Oh, well, that's different. Yeah, come, Uncle Sam. Oh, this is wonderful.
Get set, Mr. Dreamer. There's a big dream coming your way.
Come on, you rat.
We want you, Honor. We're deporting you on the first boat.
Get that soldier. Bring it up. Come on.
Officer, there's a soldier under there. Get him out, please.
What's the soldier doing under
I hope he's breathing.
Get back there. Come on, break it up here. Come on, break it up. Break it up. Come on, break it up. Out of here. Break it up. Come on, break it up. Break it up.
You all right, Uncle Sam?
I'm at least alive.
I was afraid of that. Your nose is bleeding.
Why don't you mind your own business? I'd have murdered those guys.
Oh, sure you would. Only you're charged with so many things now, and murder is one thing Dad can't fix.
Yeah, and there's one other thing he can't fix. You're married.
Oh, that's your fault.
My fault?
If you'll let it be. I was turning the whole world upside down just now trying to find you. How about taking me with 200 extra coupons?
I wonder who's looking into her eyes, breathing sighs, telling lies.
Good luck. Dead.
Poor Dad. He certainly hated to see me go.
He sure did. Gave me a wedding present of $5,000 after I promised never to bring you back.
I wonder if she ever tells him